Hi guys, and welcome to my channel. My name is Jodi, and welcome. And hello to my ongoing subscribers and friends. Glad to see you again. All right, I just wanted to have a heart-to-heart chat, heart-to-heart chat with you. You guys know that my channel has been struggling lately because I have been uploading only one time a week and doing a weekly vlog. Before that, I was having migraines, so I was off for 3 weeks. So, you know, if you don't keep working and keep showing up, you know, things get behind. The reason being that I've been struggling, and I kind of explained this in a community post, but for those of you who don't know, I had my scans done nearly 3 months ago now. It's almost time to have them done again because I have stage 4 metastatic breast cancer. I went in and my scans came back with NED, no evidence of disease. Now this doesn't mean, and I've explained it over and over and over, and yet I have people commenting that they were angry because you must be a scam because there's no cure for stage 4 cancer. And that's true. There is no cure. However, you can have clear scans during your journey. And I have, not often, I think maybe 3 times in my entire journey, I did come up with clean scans, and it's usually after a treatment. Well, I did a holistic treatment and I did vitamin C megadosing, and my scans, miraculously enough, and I don't know if it was that or it could have been all of the treatments that I've been doing, from before, or just God giving me more time. But my scans were good, and I was celebrating. But then I started feeling like, okay, well, if I don't have cancer, I'm not doing treatments, I don't really want to talk about cancer right now. I want to enjoy life. I want just a brief break. I want to do fun things. I want to do clothes hauls. I want to do makeup. I just want to enjoy my channel without cancer. That was my thinking in the beginning, and I did. And I enjoyed a nice little break from the cancer topics. However, I didn't feel any joy in that. I just started to feel very depressed, and I've been really open and honest with you guys about that. I felt depressed. I felt like I just didn't have any desire to work anymore. I mean, I felt like before it was a passion, it's like I started the channel in hopes of helping someone else. And in the very, very, very beginning, 3 years ago, it was just sharing a way of documenting my journey with cancer so that when my grandchildren grow up and I'm not here, they can watch it and see how I handled it, and hopefully handled it with grace. That was my original, goal in starting my channel. Well, then it started growing, and I started seeing a lot of people in the comments that didn't have cancer, but they were struggling with a chronic illness. And I saw them suffering the same as what I was suffering, the same pains, the same issues, the doctor issues, the medication, just all the different stuff. It's like pain is pain no matter why you have it. Okay, so cancer, yes, we could die of it. Chronic illnesses, maybe you just have to live forever with it, which, I know there's a different perspective there. Yes, I do. However, I just started seeing a lot of people reaching out that did not have cancer, but they were in pain. They were dealing with doctors. They were dealing with not being heard at the doctors. They were searching for treatments that, could possibly help whatever condition that they had. So my my channel kind of morphed into anyone with chronic illness, anyone hurting, anyone struggling, anyone trying to overcome, you know, that became our core group in like the comment section and the ongoing, you know, supporters, the people that have been there kind of since the beginning. And I love that because I just feel like as a human race, we have, we share a lot of the same issues in life from all over the world. We have people suffering from arthritis, not just in one state, but all states, all countries. We have people that have lost loved ones from cancer in all different parts of the world. We have, you know, divorces, financial issues. I mean, you name it. You know, we are human. We all kind of experience a lot of the same issues. So the channel kind of morphed into a chronic illness / cancer / just come here for inspiration. And I started just vlogging my daily life, how I live, what I do, how I eat, what supplements I take, working out, my routine, all of that kind of stuff. And then people started asking about my family. So I started sharing my family with everyone. I started sharing my grandchildren and my children and my husband and Mr. Too Cute for Cancer, we call him. And yeah, it just kind of grew from there. I didn't really have a plan for it to do that. Well, then about 2.5 years ago, I got fired for not having cancer, but not being able to keep up at work with cancer. And I couldn't keep working full time. I just couldn't. My body just would not let me. So they said, well, if you can't do your job, then I'm sorry, you know, you better go on disability is what they said. So they laid me off, and there went my insurance. There went everything, and my livelihood was gone. Well, at the very time that I got laid off, I got this email from this message in my YouTube Creator Studio. It's like the back end of YouTube for those of you who aren't, you know, who don't know. I got this message saying, congratulations, you qualify to be monetized. And I was like, I didn't even know that people got paid for doing YouTube. I had no idea. I just thought that you had to have millions of people and you had to be famous. You had to be Kim Kardashian or something to make money at doing YouTube. And I was totally naive of the whole thing, but I checked it out, and lo and behold, they wanted to put ads on my video and they wanted to pay me for it. So that's how I started to be, that's how I got paid. That's how it became my job. And then after that, I grew more, and then I started getting brand deals and got paid for those. And just one thing after another, it was just like this kind of like unexpected gift, because I needed to work, I needed the money, and I already was doing this channel. I didn't change anything about my channel. I just kept going the way I was and got paid for it. So I'm not complaining about that. It's the best job in the whole world. It really is. And it's just, I'm newer at it, and you know, in the beginning, I could do whatever I wanted on my channel. If I wanted to take off, I take off. And if I wanted to do a topic on this or that and nobody likes it, oh well, I'm doing this for free, take it or leave it. Now it's like, okay, it's work. And it only became work. I started asking myself, when did it start feeling like a real job? Okay, well, it started feeling like a real job when, as I said, my scans were clear. They couldn't detect the cancer, and I started feeling better. And so I thought, I'll just do whatever I want. I'll just do fashion and beauty, whatever. Okay, well, the problem with that is I enjoy those things, yes, but I didn't have a passion for it. That's not what I set out to do. That wasn't my calling. It just wasn't. So I had no joy in it, so therefore I didn't want to do it. And yet I needed to because it's now my job. So I felt really depressed about it. I just kind of felt like, what am I going to do? I don't know what I'm going to do because I just, can I change it to this? Can I change it to that? And I did change it. I changed it to my name because people were getting mad that they were coming to Too Cute for Cancer and they were finding makeup and clothes hauls, They're like, isn't this a cancer channel? I'm confused. So I changed it to my name. My name will always be my name, and that will always be me. No matter what happens on the channel, it will always be me. So I changed it to my name, which I'm very happy that I did because that kind of relieved the pressure of having to try to come up with cancer thumbnails. And it's just like, I didn't know what, it's like, I felt like I had talked about it all and I just, I was done with it. Okay, so fast forward, for about a couple months, I tried the clothing haul and stuff like that. And then I started having migraines. And so I took some time off and then it hit me. I need to pray about this because I'm just all over the place. I have a manager and his name is Tony. Hi, Tony. He handles the financial end of my channel and he has been bringing me all of these different brand deals and I've been like, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. Well, then he brought me one project that I really did want to do. So I've been working a lot on that. And that's the LTK app, which isn't even on YouTube. It's just an app, clothing app. So, and it's of all different influencers, content creators, people that are on YouTube. They post their clothes that they're either gifted or they're wearing or they bought, whatever, their style. They post their style on this app. And then people can look through the app and either find inspiration for outfits or they can click on the picture and they can buy the item, not from me, but from the store, that I'm just the inspiration for the outfit. They just click and it goes to H&M or click and goes to Nordstrom's or click on the shirt and it goes to Mango or whatever, wherever I bought it is where they get directed to and then they can buy the item. Okay, totally free, by the way, the app is totally free. So I've been working on that project and I have enjoyed it a lot. But in regards to my channel, it just wasn't doing it for me. So, started praying about it and I felt like God was just saying, be still, just be still. And why don't you just go look at the comments? Just go back to the beginning, go back to your roots. So I did. I had that just strong inclination, that feeling, and I believe it was from God to tell me. I went back and I started reading the comments, clear back 3 years ago, started reading the comments, and I was so in awe of how many of you have been with me since day one. Right now, it's still giving me chills. It just gave me chills I knew it, but I didn't really know it until I saw it there. These people are diehards. They love me. They've supported me. And then it hit me and I'm like, I need to support them. The channel is not about me. Yes, it's my name, but my calling was to help people. And the channel was morphed into more about me as what I want to do, but not who I want to help. And it just hit me. I'm like, I don't want it to be that. I didn't want to be a YouTuber in the first place. I didn't set out to do fashion and makeup and apps and all that. I just wanted to share my story of pain and suffering, and show people how I'm dealing with it, and meet with like-minded people and support each other. That's all I wanted. It was so simple. And then it wasn't. So I started reading. Well, I found out that there are so many of you that have chronic illnesses after having cancer. It's like they've developed arthritis because a lot of times after chemotherapy or radiation, any kind of medications, it causes inflammation, and then that kind of spurs on. It's just like it's like a train wreck sometimes. Anyway, so I kept reading, and I just thought, you know what? That's what I want. I want to go back to the drawing board, and instead of being too cute for cancer, because that is a very narrow niche, I want to open it up, and I want to open it up to chronic illness, which includes cancer. So it is more of a broad topic, I guess, but it's not. I don't know how to explain it any better than that. So I prayed about it, and I thought about it, and I thought, you know what? Life with chronic illness. That's all. I mean, it's the same thing. It's me. Same vlogs. We're just going to cover topics that we all need. We are going to inspire each other to muddle through together, and how to deal with pain, how to deal with all these things. And also I'm still going to include cancer topics, like how do you tell your children about cancer? How can one of the suggestions in the comments recently was, as an adult with adult children, how do you help your parent navigate cancer? What would be the most useful thing for me to know to help my mom with cancer? And I thought, wow, I like that. My mind just started popping back when we were in that position. And so I started asking my sons and my daughter, think back when, I first was diagnosed, and it just started getting ideas, and instantly I started feeling passion again about my job. And I just was like, my mind was just like filled with tons of topics that just kept popping in. And all of a sudden I realized that when I stopped focusing on Jodi, and I started focusing on the need that people have, and that's you guys, and that's when I reignited my first love, and I reignited my passion for my channel again. So from here on out, it's going to be the same thing. I'm going to vlog, but I'm going to include the topics that you guys put in the comments. And I asked you guys for some on the community tab, and I got maybe, out of just that one request, I got 18 or 19 topics. So I've got some work to do. So from here on out, yes, I will still do face care, body care, everything self-care, inside out. I will always do that because that's a part of me, and I share me with you. So don't worry, because one lady said, oh no, I love your vlogs, I love your shopping sprees, I love your, try-ons, whatever. And I'm like, it's okay, I can do that. It just won't be focused on just that. That'll just be like candy or sprinkling on the top or whatever. I don't know how they say that. Okay, so I just wanted to share my heart with you guys and tell you the process and what I've been going through. You guys know that I've been dealing with depression, and you knew that I was having migraines. I go to Saturday morning, I go for another MRI of my brain. They did one and they didn't find anything wrong, but she wants to get more pictures and scans, and I don't know. So I'm going to go back, and I'm going to have that done Saturday morning, and I will share the results probably in the next vlog. Yeah, I mean, I'm just going to take my cue from you guys. It's all about you guys, babe. I'm going to read in the comments, and I'm going to do my very best to try to meet you guys and try to help you guys muddle through the day-to-day living with chronic illness, because having cancer and living life like a normal person is not an easy thing. I have had some great victories as of recent. Like, for example, going to Not Scary Farm and not having to use a wheelchair. Normally, like if we would before I was feeling better and my scans were no evidence of disease, I'd get too tired and in too much pain, and I'd have to get a wheelchair. And so this time I could see it was like a measurement of how I was doing. And this time I did the whole thing without a wheelchair. I did it just like anybody else. So that to me was a huge, huge victory. Now, most people would say, so what? You walk? I go to Knott's Berry Farm every weekend, no big deal. But to someone with chronic illness, with pain, with any kind of issue that keeps you down and in pain on a regular basis, I mean, going and doing something like a normal person would do and feeling like a human being at the end of it is huge. It just is. So I want to go and focus on those victories with you, and I want to also try to get you guys some information. I'll do research. I love to research. The Jodi of before we started doing face and all that, love to research. I love reading the cancer journals. I know, American Cancer Journals. I like to read the London one, the Australian Journal of Cancer Medicine. I like to read. I just love to study. So there you have it. All right, my battery is about to go dead. So I am going to end it here. And I'm going to say thank you guys for hanging in there with me. And I know that there's going to be a lot of criticism in the comments, because that's just the way it is. But I ask you again, ignore the trolls. Let them troll. Let them have their day. But do not give them any rewards for doing it. Do not get into it. Do not try to defend me. Just ignore them. And eventually, they'll get the message. They're hitting me up in my emails now. Oh, joy. So I'm saving those, if you guys are listening, saving those in a folder. So if anything ever happens to me, I have proof that there were threats. I don't think there is, but you never know. My husband goes, save that. You never know. Okay. Ignore. That's all I'm going to say. Ignore the negative and help me do the same. And we're going to make this work. For right now, through the month of November, I am only doing one vlog a week, but it's going to entail showing you my entire week. So I don't feel like you're really missing anything. Starting in December 1st, I will be back to my normal schedule of Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday. So there you have it. All right, you guys, thank you for sticking with me. Thank you for understanding. Being a YouTuber is not something that you just sit down and know how to do. Trust me. I mean, people make it look that way because they muddle through and they kind of find their footing and stuff. Well, I'm finding my footing. So I'm human. I'm not perfect. So please be patient with me and ignore the trolls. All right, you guys, that's it. I'm done. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next Friday in a full-on vlog. This is Jodi saying goodbye and signing off. You're like a stone on my pillow. I don't make a sound when I shut the door.